towards the south, and then toward the north, the wind continues rolling around, and on its circular courses, the wind returns. All the rivers flow into the sea, and yet the sea is not full. To the place where the rivers flow, there they flow again. All things are wearisome. No one can tell it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor is the ear filled with hearing. What has been, it is what it will be. It is what will be done, so there is nothing new under the sun. Sometimes we think we discovered something new, and we found out that somebody else already thought about that. I know there's some companies that want to buy your ideas, and they'll turn those ideas into a product. I have one that I think should be manufactured, and I'm going to go ahead and let people know I haven't patented the idea yet. But can you imagine if cars came with automatic jacks? All you have to do is stick a pipe in and just go like this, and it jacks up your car so you can change your tire. Well, you didn't have to, get all dirty and everything. Or those Cadillacs, the luxury models, you just press a button and you can change your tire that easy. I know that might be something that maybe it's going to show up nowadays, because someone's going to see this in the video and on the internet and say, man, I'm going to make a lot of money out of that. Well, if you're patenting that idea, just remember where it came from and just send a check to my address. And you can find that by contacting me on Facebook. Because we need some money to build a bigger building. We're packed today. Isn't that exciting? Mm-hmm. God is good. Yes. Is there anything of which one might say, see, this is new? It has already existed for ages which were before us. There is no remembrance of the earlier things and of the later things as well, which will occur. There will be no remembrance of them among those who will come later still. I, the preacher, have been king over Israel and Jerusalem, and I set my mind to seek and explore by wisdom about everything that has been done under heaven. It is a sorry task with which God has given the sons of mankind to be troubled. I have seen all the works which have been done under the sun, and behold, all is futility and striving after the wind. What is crooked cannot be straightened, and what is lacking cannot be counted. I said to myself, behold, I have magnified and increased wisdom more than all who were over Jerusalem before me, and my mind has observed a wealth of wisdom and knowledge. Can you imagine for a moment, just dream a moment, that you had all the wisdom, you were the smartest person that ever lived on the face of this earth. No one was wiser than you except God. That sounds like it would be pretty cool, huh?
No.
But you know what? I don't think I would like that. Because with wisdom comes responsibility. What are you going to do with that wisdom? And I think God expects us to desire wisdom, right? In James it says that if you ask of God for wisdom, that He's going to give it to you. Maybe we need to start asking more. And God will give you if you're ready for it. And I applied my mind to know wisdom and to know insanity and foolishness. I realized that this also is striving after the wind, because in much wisdom there is much grief. And increasing knowledge resulting in increasing pain. See? You want wisdom? There's something that comes along with it. Because in much wisdom there is much grief, and increasing knowledge results in increasing pain. Vanity, pride. Again, the line that we have to, as Christians, walk is a very thin line. And I say this a lot because I know as for myself, it's really hard to stay humble. Because if I say I'm humble, can I do that? I'm the most humble person that ever lived on the face of the earth. You can't say that. So no matter how humble you feel, maybe you've crossed the line. When you do something, you have to make sure, like Teresa did, is point out. And give God the glory. Because if you don't, then you're just like the Pharisees that beat their chests and walk with their noses up in the air and say, look at me. You know, what does Jesus say to those Pharisees and scribes? You hypocrites! You're just like whitewashed walls of tombs. On the outside, you're nice and beautiful, but on the inside, you're like dead man's bones, which is corruption, evil. And so we have to learn as Christians to never take ourselves off guard by the enemy. Because the enemy knows his future, right? And he's going to, they say that misery likes company. He's going to take as many of you as possible, especially if you're a Christian. He doesn't have to worry about those non-Christians, because they're going to go with him already. But if you're walking with the Lord and you're walking strong, then he's going to attack you. And the question is, are you going to be ready? And even if you are ready, just be careful that you don't get too proud. Because the pride is what he'll use to defeat you. In 1 John, the 2nd chapter, John says, do not love the world, nor the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, the boastful pride of life, is not from the Father, but is from the world. The world is passing away in all its lust, but the one who does the will of God continues to live forever. If you know the Word of God, and you have memorized His Word, maybe you don't know all the word for word, but if you know where to find that, and it's really easy, right, with Google or Siri, you can just say a few words. Where in the Bible does this? I didn't want to say that because I don't answer it. But you can find any passage if you know His Word. And the Word of God, the Bible, is the sword that's going to help you fight this battle. The battle between humility and pride, so that you will stay under God's rule. And never forget that it is God that gets the glory if you allow him. We're just his vessels. We are just his hands and his feet to carry his message to a lost and dying world. The song that, this is really interesting. I mean, I didn't plan. In fact, Becky's the one that chose the songs. I just put them in different places, and I just thought about it now that this song that we're going to do is Give You Glory. That's what we need to do, is we need to give God the glory for all that he has done.